Alright guys, in this exercise we're going to be demonstrating how to do a correct push-up. Primary muscle groups for push-ups is again chest, and shoulders and triceps will be your secondary. Let's get started. So what we'll do first is I'm going to have Dan go ahead and do us the correct starting position. You want to notice that his hands are aligned to his chest. A lot of times you'll see somebody's hands are too far up, and that's only going to work on your shoulders. The second thing you want to notice about Dan's position is his body is completely straight. A lot of times you'll see somebody's butt too high in the air. Let's show a bad form one, Dan. And the reason why you do that is because it's allowing you to take some pressure off your chest and making it a little easier. So always make sure your body is flat. Okay, let's go back into the flat one. And let's go ahead and do a push-up to show them how it's done. Good. And make sure when you come down, you come all the way down. You want to be at a minimum of a 90, or for y'all guys, get all the way to the ground and then come back up. So this way you get a full range of motion. And a lot of times what we used to do is we used to actually have somebody put their fist underneath, and you literally got to touch the fist, kind of how we did it back in high school. So that kind of demonstrates how low you need to go. Okay, good. So there's a lot of different mistakes when people are doing push-ups. Let's go over a few of the ones now. So like what we're saying, a lot of people are going to be doing push-ups with their hands too far up. That's one of the most common one. So you'll notice that your hands may end up being like this when they start off, and when they do the push-up, you'll see that the elbows are flared out. And what this does is this concentrates on their shoulders and doesn't actually work on their chest. So make sure your hands are right under your chest. The next thing is the butt in the air. A lot of times you see guys go like this, and they'll come down like this. And it's very, very common to see that when someone's doing push-ups on their knees. And the reason why is, again, so this way it takes less stress off their chest, and their body will automatically go into it without even thinking about it. And it'll look like this. You actually see this a lot in women when they're doing these push-ups off their knees. Butt up in the air like this, and they'll come down like this. This is very, very common. So again, same position. If you want to do it on your knees to start off, tuck in your butt, have your back straight, body straight like a board, chest out, come down, and up. And this is another common mistake, is when somebody doesn't come out with their chest and keep your chest out. They may go ahead and round their back, and when they come down, they'll come up like this, extending their shoulders forward, which actually causes too much stress on their shoulders and not enough stress on your chest. Some of the modifications that you can do would be to do a push-up with a very wide grip, and what that does, a wide placement, and what that does is work on the outer part of your chest. What we always recommend is, if you're starting to do push-ups now, or if you don't have a preference, do it with a neutral hand placement, which is pretty much the width of your shoulders. If you go too close, you're going to work on the middle of your chest, and also you're going to bring in your triceps, and that's also called a diamond push-up. A diamond push-up, the correct way to do it, you'll notice, is your hands are pretty much creating like a diamond. And you'll place them right here to where it's right under your chest. When you come down, your chest should be able to touch the diamond. Now look like this. So this is really mostly done for tricep exercise, so not really recommended if you're trying to work on your chest. Is there anything you want to add to this one, Dan?
Yeah, one question I had. When guys start doing like a lot of push-ups when they get in better shape, like 50, 60, 70,
right.
Do you recommend they still start doing push-ups frequently, or more of the modified ones?
When they start doing a lot of push-ups, if you're able to do, let's say, 50 or 60 push-ups, it's not going to be very challenging for you anymore, and you definitely want to go into more modification push-ups, which we'll demonstrate in the other exercise vaults, in the other exercises. Or you can probably start going into more of chest exercises that involve weights, barbell presses, dumbbell presses, things like that.
One other question I had, there's these push-up bars which get you a little elevation off the ground where you put your hands on the bars. Do you recommend those if a guy has access to those?
Those are actually good to use, but what they actually do is just give you a little more in the range of motion. It doesn't make a world of a difference, but it is helpful sometimes for guys, for example, that are doing 50 to 60 push-ups with these. Doing that would kind of put a little bit of challenge to their workout on the push-ups. So if you have them, you can use them, but even if you do them on the ground, it'll be perfectly fine too.
Great.
Okay, so that's it for correct way to do push-ups.